And up the chimney as well. Least we forget, he goes back up. Hello everyone, and welcome to this Christmas spectacular walk and down a wintered wonderpants of memory lane. You know, it's starting to rain here in Los Angeles, so it's beginning to look a lot like fall. There are chestnuts roasting on an open fire somewhere probably in the Northeast. So let's get things started with Christmas. We first look at a clip from last year of a grown man wearing a dog's hat and talking about Christmas. These are mysteries that occur around Christmas. Well, they're Christmas mysteries.
Christmas mystery number 1. Why are there no people hats? Why are there an abundance of dog hats? You want an example of a Christmas mystery? Okay, how about Santa's neck? I noticed as recently as this morning that I've never seen Santa's neck. For years, we've spoken at length about most of Santa's torso. Never his neck. Bowl of jelly belly. Rose-colored cheeks. The whole universe knows about your beard, which happens to be so serious that it's shrouded your neck in Yuletide shadows. Who comes around on a special night? Whose neck stays forever out of sight? Special night. Hair that's white. Cap on head. Head on neck. Probably. Here's another one. Why do we put presents under the tree? Are we supposed to teach our kids that toys and gift cards grow on pine trees and fall to the bottom when they're ripe? I won't be a part of it. Put the presents on the table, Santa. Put them on the counter where we put the rest of the groceries. Why wouldn't the presents go on the counter? I don't know if I'll always be able to get a tree, but I know that I'll always have a table. I can make a table.
You know, I can remember years of sitting around the fire singing Christmas carols with my family. My favorite of which was the 12 Days of Christmas, where my cousin and I used to scream at the top of our lungs, 5 golden rings, every single time. And I'm sorry. Let's take a look at the next clip.
Next time I get a hotel room, I'm gonna rent it out for a couple days. Big project. I'm gonna go to IKEA and I'm gonna get all new furniture. Get a couple coats of paint. I'm gonna paint the walls. I'm gonna make it look like my grandmother's living room. I'm gonna get a bunch of friends together. Friends who could act like family. Those are the best kind of friends. And we're all gonna get Christmas sweaters. We might even get a Christmas tree and put it in the corner. And then the next morning, when housekeeping comes in, I defy you to show me a person who would be more confused. You invite these people in like you've been expecting them because you have, because it's Christmas.
And now on to our special guest, a stand-up comedian who just couldn't help himself and had to try out his new bit about how good Christmas food is. That's it, Mike. Really give their brains a workout.
So it's the holiday time, and you're starting to see all the cookies and the candies and the drinks and everything that's awesome. That's bad for you. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I see all these things and I'm like, better not eat too much because it's going to make me sick. It's going to make me feel like shit. But this year I'm doing a thing where I'm just going to get fat and then worry about it later. And I'm going to do that instead of refusing food. I'm going to eat until I'm sad, I think, and then I'm just going to eat.
Look at us with all of our gizmos and gadgets. You could say that we're almost like a Batman.
So you need to learn about the joy of Christmas. You come to the right place. I'm Batman. I got a list of 10 Christmas songs that I want to talk a little bit about. Number 1, Jingle Bells was at one time a perfectly good song. And then wiseacres, not unlike yourselves, started saying, Jingle Bells, the Batman smells. Why would you do that? How do you think that makes me feel? I got a new version for this year. How's about Jingle Bells? Batman broke into my house and then broke my neck in 8 places and then peed on my coffee table. And you're probably sitting there saying, oh Batman, I didn't know my neck had 8 places. I'm sure there's a lot you don't know. Read a book. Deck the halls. A simple, sing-songy, step-by-step guide to decoration. We 3 kings. 3 rich guys trying to impress a baby. You can't buy that baby's love.
Nice puka beads. Speaking of embarrassing, this next clip takes place all the way back in the past, in 2010. Let's give it a Christmas watch.
Jingling bells. We're gonna go line by line. We're gonna decipher this thing. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Mice don't have hands. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that the fire marshal wouldn't show up again, because we clearly didn't learn our lesson last year. Presents burn fast. Children were all nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. I guess somebody at some point told these kids how long you had to go to school to become like a doctor or a lawyer, and so those dreams were kind of pushed aside. And now, sugar plums.
And now, not unlike the ghost of Christmas something's future, I bring you all the way back to 2014, which is still in the past. I'm the ghost of future's past. The intermediary ghost of the median ghost of Christmas past, who was cut out of all the books. The year is 2014, and these are real things I've heard people say this week. Christmas edition.
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer coming home from our house Christmas Eve. Now, you could say that there's no such thing as Santa, but then we aren't really talking about the same thing anymore, are we? Hello and welcome back to Christmas, with me, Mike Falzone. Christmas time is so much more than the couple weeks at the end of the year where it's socially acceptable to be drinking out of the same Christmas mug that you drink out of every day regardless. Christmas time is about being a little nicer, okay? Giving a little more of yourself, and listening a little more to strangers in public as they say things, because chances are they're probably being hilarious. Welcome back to Real Things I've Heard People Say in Public this week, Christmas edition. Yesterday I was walking gingerly back from the store when I was passed by a father-daughter combination. The little girl couldn't have been more than like 6, and she had a little knit hat on, probably in the shape of a baby animal. She was holding onto a little red balloon attached to a string that was then attached to her tiny little hand. As we were passing, she looked up at me, and I did the same thing anyone in my position would do at that time, and I went like this. Hi! Which then caused her father to look at me and say something to the effect of, "Don't f***ing look at my kid." To which I replied with, "Okay," and then I kept walking. Because there is nothing in the English language I could have said to defend myself that would have made me seem less creepy to that guy at that time, and I know that. Next thing you know, I'm in Target buying a crock pot. Classic Christmas.
My name's Mike Falzone, and I make videos on the internet since the beginning of time. Merry Christmas to you and your friends and family and everyone that you know who celebrates Christmas, and even people who don't. Merry everything to everyone. I love them all, but don't tell them I said that, because there's no way to do it and not have you sound creepy. This guy on the internet says he loves Christmas and everyone. Nice try. I wish you all a good night and a sweet love like no other. Follow that star, the Christmas star, to the miracle of your choice. When the snow falls on the crest of the snow, and the moon happens to be shining down on the rolling hills of children's laughter during Christmas, and we're all together. So, yes.